We've been told that seeds are the answer, that they are little capsules of health packed with fiber, nutrients, and natural power. But what if that wasn't the whole truth? What if, hidden behind the superfood label, there was a risk that especially affects people over the age of 60? New research suggests that some of the seeds many of us eat daily could, in fact, be accelerating aging, damaging our blood vessels, and triggering silent inflammation. And inflammation linked to strokes, heart failure, and joint pain. The most alarming part is that 99% of seniors have no idea. In this video, we'll unveil the 4 seeds you should reconsider and the 4 that could truly transform your well-being. The number 1 seed on the avoid list is probably in your pantry right now. And the number 1 on the recommended list has been shown in studies to be a pillar for pain-free mobility. Everything you'll hear is based on real science and peer-reviewed research. Before we begin, I want to ask you 2 questions. First, what seeds do you eat regularly? And second, have you ever noticed bloating, joint pain, or skin issues after eating them? Let us know in the comments. We're reading and replying to every single one. Now let's start with the seeds you must eliminate before they silently sabotage your health. The 4th seed to reconsider, sunflower seeds. They seem harmless, right? They're sold everywhere, tossed on salads, and promoted for their vitamin E. However, for those over 60, they can become a metabolic nightmare. These tiny seeds are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Nutrition experts like Alex point out that while we need omega-6, the problem is the imbalance. The ideal omega-6 to omega-3 ratio should be around 4:1, but sunflower seeds can push that ratio up to 18:1 or even higher. This excess creates the perfect storm for chronic inflammation, which can manifest as painful joint flare-ups, knee stiffness, or even contribute to heart problems by hardening the arterial lining. Imagine the case of a 72-year-old retired librarian who complained of swollen ankles and constant fatigue. Her diet seemed healthy, but a deeper look revealed she was adding sunflower seeds to almost every meal. Her blood inflammation markers were through the roof. By eliminating them and replacing them with a balanced mix, her swelling decreased in just 10 days, and her energy improved dramatically. If you're over 60, especially if you suffer from arthritis or fatigue, it's time to rethink sunflower seeds. The 3rd dangerous seed is one that most people don't even know they're eating, cottonseed. You won't find it sprinkled on your food, but hidden in cottonseed oil, one of the cheapest oils in the food industry. It's in processed snacks, baked goods, and even healthy salad dressings. The problem is that cottonseed contains Gossypol, a natural toxin the plant uses to protect itself from insects. Researchers have found that Gossypol can interfere with the heart's electrical signals and impair mitochondrial function, the engine that generates energy in every one of our cells. A 2016 toxicology report found that Gossypol exposure caused oxidative stress in cardiac tissue. Seniors are especially vulnerable because their detoxification systems are slower. Consider a 70-year-old woman who, to lower her cholesterol, switched to a low-fat diet full of whole grain crackers, boxed granola, and light dressings. Within a month, she developed fatigue, palpitations, and muscle cramps. Upon checking the labels, she discovered nearly all those products contained cottonseed oil. By eliminating it and opting for extra virgin olive oil and avocado, her symptoms vanished in a few weeks. Always check the labels. Cottonseed oil has no place in a senior's diet. Number 2 on our list, sesame seeds. They're everywhere. But what few people know is that common sesame seeds contain phytates, compounds that bind to essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, preventing their absorption. For older adults whose nutrient levels may already be low, this is a serious problem. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high phytate diets reduced calcium absorption in older adults by up to 27%, increasing the risk of osteoporosis. But the bigger concern is the growing rate of sesame allergies, especially adult-onset ones. These reactions aren't always dramatic. They often appear as chronic congestion, skin rashes, or a persistent fatigue that is never traced back to food. We know the case of a 69-year-old retired nurse with joint pain and skin issues. After unsuccessfully eliminating dairy and gluten, she discovered a sesame sensitivity. She had been eating hummus daily, which is made from tahini, a sesame paste. By removing it, her skin cleared up, and the joint pain that had tormented her for years nearly disappeared. And now for number 1. The seed you must avoid if you're over 60, at least in its improper form: chia. Yes, chia, the acclaimed superfood. This might come as a shock. What they don't tell you is that chia seeds can be incredibly dangerous when consumed dry or improperly soaked. Chia can absorb up to 12 times its weight in liquid. For an older person with slower digestion or any esophageal issues, this can cause a severe blockage. There are dozens of published case studies of seniors experiencing choking, constipation, and even esophageal obstructions from swallowing dry chia seeds. A report in the Annals of Emergency Medicine described a 72-year-old man who required surgery to remove a chia mass from his esophagus just 1 hour after eating a tablespoon with water. Chia isn't evil, but it must be fully soaked until it forms a gel. If you're over 60, never eat chia dry. Wait for the second seed on our good list because it offers better digestive support without this risk. Now that you know the risks, let's flip the script, because the next 4 seeds can help reverse the damage. The 4th seed you should eat: black sesame seeds. Yes, you heard right, sesame again. But this variety is completely different. Unlike processed white sesame, black sesame seeds are unhulled and retain their power. They are rich in lignans, potent antioxidants that protect brain cells and blood vessels from oxidative stress. A 2021 study showed that daily consumption of black sesame seeds improved cognitive performance and blood pressure control in older adults. Experts like Alex recommend consuming 1 teaspoon of ground or soaked black sesame seeds a day, not raw, to reap their benefits. The 3rd beneficial seed: flax seeds. Flax seeds are silent champions. They are the richest dietary source of lignans, which are natural phytoestrogens that help balance hormones, improve digestion, and protect the heart. A study in hypertension research showed that a daily intake of 30 grams of ground flaxseed reduced systolic blood pressure by 15 points and diastolic by 7. That's an impact comparable to many medications, but without the side effects. A 68-year-old retired taxi driver who struggled with high cholesterol and constipation started adding 2 teaspoons of ground flax to his yogurt. Within 3 weeks, his digestion became regular for the first time in years, and his total cholesterol dropped significantly in 3 months. The key is to grind them fresh as whole seeds pass through unabsorbed. Store them in the fridge and add them to smoothies or oatmeal, but avoid cooking them at high heat. The 2nd essential seed: pumpkin seeds. Also known as pepitas, they are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They are loaded with zinc, crucial for the immune system and muscle repair, and magnesium, which is involved in over 300 cellular processes, including muscle relaxation. Mineral deficiencies are common in seniors and are often mistaken for aging. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults over 65 who added 30 grams of pumpkin seeds to their daily diet reduced their leg cramps by 48% and improved sleep quality in just 4 weeks. For anyone struggling with muscle loss, poor sleep, or slow healing, a small handful of roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds a day can be the missing piece of the puzzle. And finally, the number 1 seed every person over 60 should eat daily: hemp seeds. These little wonders come from the hemp plant, but don't worry, they contain 0 THC. What they do contain is one of the most perfectly balanced ratios of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids found in nature. This balance is critical for fighting inflammation, brain fog, and muscle loss. A 2022 clinical trial showed that adults aged 65 to 79 who consumed 30 grams of hemp seeds daily for 8 weeks experienced a 36% reduction in inflammation markers, a 19% increase in good HDL cholesterol, and improved grip strength. One of the most inspiring stories is of a 76-year-old woman with severe arthritis in her knees. After introducing 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds into her morning smoothie, her stiffness began to decrease. In 6 weeks, she was walking without her cane most days. And after 2 months, she was able to kneel down to garden again. Hemp seeds are soft, easy to digest, and require no soaking or grinding. They are the perfect ally for restoring energy and mobility. So there you have it. For seeds to avoid and 4 you should embrace. It's not about fearing food, but about understanding what your body needs at this stage of life. With the right choices, you can fight back against aging and reclaim your health, your energy, and your well-being. Now we want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these seeds? What do you struggle with most? Joints, digestion, or sleep? Share your experiences in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you care about. Because after 60, health isn't a luxury. It's the foundation for everything. Thanks for watching,